and we've just been waiting to see something out of IG, and we really haven't been able to.
RNGs.
No, they haven't been able to pick it up recently, have they? But maybe this is the time where they can do so. Let's have a look as we are into the draft game straight away. So the best of 3 series getting underway. We're going to start things up. The ban from IG. So they obviously watched the series yesterday and said, yeah, let's not give them this Invoker Void opening. We know what they can do with it. It's pretty scary.
For sure, but I'm also D-Stone's signature hero. I do want to say that I am a very big fan of Red Panda and his openness to play unorthodox position.
Enchantress.
We'll see us play Panda again. It'll be better than the other option.
Wow, this is the first Templar Assassin we're seeing in this tournament. I'm just surprised we haven't been seeing more of it.
It's been banned out quite a lot, but yeah.
I feel like those heroes where it got to a point where it's been played so much that it also got figured out a little bit, and most teams have their reaction to it prepared when it does come out in a draft. But same thing with DK. We've been seeing so many unusual picks recently that there have been a lot of DKs like let through the first phase who just haven't been picked right.
What do you like as counters to TA?
Well, I've seen some Lich Oracle in response to it. I've seen some Lich with Razor. I've seen some Viper in first phase. Honestly, a lot of things can work. It just depends on which team is playing and how they like to approach the game.
My problem with TA right now, or at least for people, when you try to counter it, is like, how do you stop the 14-minute, 15-minute, 10k net worth that this hero can get, plus the vision advantage and control that it provides on the map and the easy road trying to take. It's just like, no matter how you want to counter the hero, it still does what it does. Yeah.
The hero I like most against TA is the Shadow Demon. I think he's got loads of tools to deal with TA. Stop that initial hero getting blown out. The ultimate very nice as well.
I think being able to move into her triangle early is very important, to have a team that's just able to be dynamic and their laning stage early if they must. So I think we have to see more of a faster pace lineup coming out of IG if they're not going to go for a traditional TA counter on lane.
Yeah. I think Dragon Knight though against TA has pretty high armor. Like you said, can take objectives and play that fast pace, good stun. That being said, RNG, they do have the option to still go for these range heroes maybe in the draft, but then you already have a TA. It's kind of hard to pair TA with like Luna or Medusa because they both do the same thing. They just want to farm agents.
Yeah.
Do RNG not want Ancient Apparition here?
Oh, speaking of Ancient Apparition, that's a hero that has completely fallen off now.
You just forget, right? There's these heroes that you forget about, and then they're just there and you're drafting.
My goodness, like what was it during the qualifiers? It was like first phase banned, and now it's just gone in this tournament. I haven't even seen a single one being banned out.
I really like it here, and I'd be a bit disappointed if you don't pick it up.
Wait, RNG pick it up? It's kind of weird though, right? Picking Apparition, Enchantress, TA together. There's like 0 stuns, lost a single target.
But they've corrected that with the Fan King, haven't they?
Yeah, just a little bit, but I still don't think you want to have Apparition Eng. I feel like this Eng is most likely going to be the position 5 in this game, so you're going to put that into position 4. But I get what you mean. Having Apparition against Wyvern always feels good to remove that cold embrace, and plus it's just a hero being stuck there. But Apparition also needs a certain type of carry to be paired with, and I'm not sure if RNG are like willing to go down that path and restrict the kind of heroes that they can pick.
So they do pick up Grimstroke with the DK, which is one of my favorite combos in Dota. It's tried and true, the double Dragon Tail thing. So with the Shard, just the added level of security for the DK on top of the great combo. IG's draft looks really solid so far.
5 seconds remaining.
That Axwell just speed right before he blinks, and it's just amazing. It just feels like what Dragon Knight needs just to be able to get that. You know, when people play Dota, they have this sense of how fast they can get jumped, or when you see a hero from point A and you have an estimation of when they're gonna get to point B, and when they get like speed boosted out of nowhere, like even like a drum charge or anything like that, it kind of just messes with the perspective of a player, you know, like as to like when they're gonna get to you, and that's what Inks does with Dragon. It's completely underrated. Not something that you notice watching, but in the game, it completely ruins your ideas.
Yeah, so are we going to be seeing the Rectanda remaster?
Looks like it.
I think so. I think that's a 5 brew right there.
So it's going to be an Enchantress Sand King lane, which on paper sounds incredibly strong.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty difficult to play into. I mean, they get to pick up that carry hero to answer it, but I mean, there's not many carriers. It must be best pick something which can just run away to the jungle. But look at the so many heroes banned out.
So Storm pickup 2, I think it's pretty solid here. It's good against the Brute. There's not a whole lot of stuff. It's actually really good against SAPPHIRE Assassin in the laning stage. One of the better heroes, actually.
And better in the game.
Yeah, exactly. You can catch her. You got good armor, and your electric actually triggers 2 hits on her because you and the passive effect. And effect quickly as a storm removal.
Storm Spirit is typically very good against Remaster because you just jump him and kill him before he gets his split off, which is kind of one of the cornerstones of RNG's team fight. And the only stun they have so far this game is this king, so there's going to be a lot on his shoulders to catch the storm and kind of make sure they don't run over mid-game. Yeah, the Storm Spirit pick looks really solid. I see it snowballing really hard.
Thumbs up so far for ID. What's the carry going to be doing to really complete this lineup? What would you like to see?
Well, carries for both sides are still pretty open. For ID side, they need something that does not get removed by Enchantress and Sun King.
Okay.
I'm taking a look at like what's in the pool right now. They've banned Antimated Medusa. They've also banned out Juggernaut and Void. So Juggernaut and Void were the kind of heroes that you think about, heroes that do well against a Sand King Enchantress lane, and they've just removed them from the pool.
Remaining.
And similarly, they banned out the heroes that do well versus turn in Antimated Medusa.
Remaining.
There's not that much left in the pool right now.
RNG.
Consider pretty okay here. I think it's okay. Sure. I was actually gonna go somewhere along that line, but you know it's already taken. It's really good laner, and it's good against the Sand King as well. You got this double slow. SKs lose a lot of regen in the lane too. Enchantress actually doesn't do that well against Troll compared to the other carries that she's able to harass.
You know what? I like this Troll because not only is he a strong laner, but he gives IG something that they lack, which is something that Storm Spirit does need to play with, which is an Aegis, and don't really have rush potential in their lineup until they picked up the Troll. So that's something that kind of rounds it out in a nice way. And Troll's issue is, and always has been, that it's very easy to kite this hero. So
wow, position 1 Doom.
Yeah, it is. This carry Doom.
There wasn't that much left in the pool, but I can see this working because that would be their solution to Storm Spirit, wouldn't it? And the Troll, of course.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just quickly, my concern with the Troll isn't Brewmaster pretty good against Troll? Just often and throwing him to the edge.
Yes, the assumption is Storm Spirit will be going on the Brewmaster and taking care of that. Troll is going to be more of like a follow-up hero in team fights. We're going to expect the Soulbind double Dragon Tail and Storm Spirit going on a hero before Troll can even run in. Troll running in first is not something that you want to see him doing this game.
No, hopefully will not. We don't know how to say fights better than that. But very quickly, guys, what's our thoughts on this Pos 1 Doom, I mean, what is it aiming to achieve?
It's just trying to be that carry that doesn't take up too much and doesn't need to farm agents, because Templar Assassin is the true carry in their draft right now. So the Doom is just going to be in the safe lane, someone who can absorb the pressure, farm up, get a minus, be this position 2 essentially from the safe lane, and just be able to provide Doom for the Storm or the Troll Warlord, whoever comes first, to be honest, because either one is going to be a great pick also. I think it's going to work out pretty well. That being said, late game, I do have to favor IG.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Absolutely. The dude's ideal situation is that he just gets his refresher and gets the gem out on the troll, gets the gem out on the storm. All the carries that were good against Storm Spirit got banned out, and they do need an added dilution onto him because the only stuff they had was Sand King. So the idea behind Doom is there, and it's nice, but will they be able to execute it?
RNG so close to having a normal draft, and then they just have to dump off the end of the rails with the Doom pick. But I like it. I think
it's fine. The concept is good.
Yeah, it's no fun slog, that's for sure. This can work. Will it work? There's only one way to find out. That's good to get into the game with BQ and MoFarah.
Thank you very much. Here again with Hope we're doing our thing. Seeing this IG RNG first game here is IG are making their debut for the event. Off camera or off mic, and I expecting big thing from IG, but unsure what they were going to bring us after their league results. So, I mean, this is a lot that screams IG to me. Yeah, emo on the storm and fly on the troll. You just scream typical IG.
Yeah, well, the team really makes trouble at the moment. You know, it's not a very popular hero right now. Especially not in games that I've watched. I mean, the lineup is a little bit greedy potentially. She's like Storm Troll. Hoping to see some early moves. I think the Storm, if he deals with the Brewmaster, they have a lot of damage that can come from their team. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It should be. I mean, DRNG can do their own thing though. Still, obviously they've got this TA kind of like pos one from mid lane. They have these two side laners willing to fight relatively early on. I think this Ench hero is the big key for me in the first 10 minutes. If Ench doesn't do too much early on, I think RNG's game's going to be really difficult. They just need the Ench to be making the right moves. It's the most important part of the game.
I'm kind of wondering how Felix is going to play this, if we're looking at an aggressive Enchantress or something that's going to be like more towards nature's tendons and enchant, or more towards his shots and getting some damage out there. Yeah, I think we had a conversation about Fly's best heroes, and I'm talking about how Jug and PL seem to be his higher tiered play heroes, but Troll is definitely up there for him.
He's a good role player, sure.
There's that impetus from Felix.
Yeah, and this is really great by IG because they get their level first as well before the end of the schedule.
Can they make a move with that? I don't really see them making these crazy moves just yet for IG. And I think the game changer for IG is the Storm. We'll see how quickly Emo kind of wants to get the ball rolling on that Storm Spirit, because we've seen him play aggressive early, and you know, maybe behind Void Spirit, this is his best spirit. I say Void Spirit because of recent memory, but overall I would say Storm is probably one of his better mids.
For sure. I mean, they're dominating the ladies stage at the moment. Emo's doing really well mid in particular. I'm pretty sure there was an ESL whilst I watched, but it was like Sumail versus mid one. They kept playing this like Storm versus TA matchup over and over again. They were like swapping sides on it and all. It was really cool. It's like a pretty high skill matchup.
The TA is always fun to watch. I think when talking with Black, though, he talked about how when you're drafting the TA first, it makes your game really difficult when the other team kind of knows how they want to play against it.
For sure. But, I mean, TA's just such a strong hero, though, right? It's like Viva was saying before, that hero does so many things and it opens up the game in so many different ways, with taking how quickly it farms, it can farm patience, it hits really strong timings in the game. And for me, it's what RNG picked it into the Wyvern as well, right? So they are very confident with this hero.
Now with the counter every time, we were seeing it a lot actually in the Chinese TI qualifiers, was that first pick TA and then immediately getting countered by the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, a lot of them, I know in SCA they tried a lot of Razor as well. There's another answer to the TA, which is kind of cool. Edge is still level 1, 3 minutes into the game. I mean, she's just turned level 2. It was pretty sad.
And as for the bottom lane, we see Kaka and Grimstroke, and that's something that we just don't really see Kaka play too often. The Grimstroke, it's popular. The forward stroke, of course, you go arcane boosting in effect, but you're comfortable with area GT offlaners, but I would say Ty is more his style than DK, and I see how he does with this Dragonite.
I honestly Oh, Ollie dodges the clap.
5-5 though, getting the first blood there on Felix.
Well, for me, the Ench was the most important hero. She dies first, doesn't get level 2 until 3 minutes. And it already looks really difficult for RNG. Like IG have this a little bit of a greedy lineup, but with the start that they had, her laning stage has been awesome, so RNG already backs against the wall, it feels.
Yeah, for sure.
This Troll's 1k net worth ahead of Danky, 4 minutes into the game.
He's level 5, like, this is a great time for him. Ink's going for God King, and Ink's will pop right on top of him. Not that JT has a lot of damage right now on that DK to get this kill on the Doom. Meanwhile, Flyby in that top lane is just in the sandstorm trying to survive.
I think they're just going to start trying to cut waves or something, but not sure.
Is it even that easy to cut the lanes in a game like this, where you're just getting beat pretty badly?
Oh, Red Panda's dead, I think.
Yeah, Inkswell will pop and Red Panda's life will end. He's been sticking to this crew, and I'm not sure this is really what you want. Emo pops the water rune trap and ball lightning away. They just can't keep up with him.
The thing is, though, the Ench just made this first rotation towards mid, but now Emo's level 6, so it has nowhere near as much effectiveness as it would have done, right? At like level 4 or something on the Storm.
Interesting bringing Red Panda here too. It's just opening up the side lanes, and Fly's already dominating the lane, so that opening up for him.
Stupendous!
He's doing really well. I think both sides are going okay for IG. Like, even this bot, this DK gets Zoom, right? Like, he's got Devour and he's still playing better buff.
Ball lightning. Into the vortex, they've got the Inkswell, and it looks like it's gonna pop right on top of the TA, who doesn't have the refraction charges to survive. Ollie will get the kill on D-Stones. And it's 3-0 in favor of IG. Very early on, it is all coming up Millhouse right now for him.
What item build do we think the Troll's going to go for this game? Does he go for like the Battle Fury style? Or does he go like Diffuse or Less and Y or something?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, he's going Javelin, okay. Like Maelstrom BKB or something.
Straight MKB first item.
No boots, MKB.
Yeah.
Oh, Emo.
Oh, he's already got phase boot. Emo dies to D-Stones. Bottom lane, God King getting run down. Inkswell stroke of fate with the breathe fire. They'll get the finishing blow.
I could put on Emo though mid for RNG. They'll be happy with that one.
That troll is farming so well.
Yeah, he is. I mean, his first few waves were so good because this end just influenced the lane at all. It felt like the Wyvern was kind of like 1v1ing the Ench on the side, while the Troll was 1v1ing the Sand King.
Right.
Oh god, that damage.
Up the bounty, popping it immediately. The strike comes in, looking for that center. Fly. He'll get the battle trance off, and now he's looking to get this kill on a flyby. He'll get one. Felix might be next.
God.
The damage coming in. He just got a double kill.
Is under attack.
That's... Okay. Well, if things weren't going bad enough for RNG, they're going pretty bad now.
Rather fly by, or would you rather fly?
But that's like, you can tell he understands the limits of Tiro though, right? Just from watching that play. Like, he understands that he wants to turn before he's even popped the ult or anything. So he starts attacking them straight away. Understands that he has the sentry down as well. Yeah, really well played.
He knew the limits of his battle trance when he needed to use it. He might just be dead. Actually, if you get cut off there, he's definitely dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wait, what?
Does he have Meteor Hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, it's really good, right?
DK Meteor Hammer.
I think he's done it before. If not him, I've definitely seen at least one person do it before. Possess Mask for the Troll, fantastic. He's going to be very happy with that one. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's really good for being able to threaten towers, but also it's really well with your stun. So why not?
Takes towers, which is great, which you already said. I get the tower. I think 12 flyby, toss on him.
Right, here we go. It's back. Beat up. What are we doing? Come on, you have to know this.
Ooh, is he dead or is he not?
Is he dead or is he not dead? Correct.
Ooh, hold on.
Oh my god, that is...
Hello, chat. Chat, we need your interaction. We need you to tell us if you think that Flyby is dead. 1, in the chat if you think he's dead. 2, if he survives.
Dragon Tail followed up.
Pretty tanky.
Winnable ass Flybys. All the ones were right.
Congratulations to all the ones in chat. Emo steals the haste rune. What a thief.
Under attack.
Tipped all the way over. I mean...
Looking for me?
1800 net worth on my screen. So, Red Panda, nothing more doing for Kaka. Winter's Curse, Snow on God King over in the bottom lane. Meteor Hammer into the Elder Dragon form. They've got the Dragon Tail to follow it up. The right clicks in, and they've got the combo to get the kill on the God King. Red Panda is too slow on this.
And that's the lack of stuns showing as well, Ivan. Just TP away. TP scroll their worst enemy.
Just TP out. They've already given them the old Brazil. Now the question is, can they finish the game and win?
Oh, Brazil.
Interest caught again. Inkswell doesn't even need to go off. Emo gets credit for that one on Felix. Going into the early Orchid. Right now, it's just all IG. TA finally takes over top of net worth going into the Desolator after the Dragonlance, so
Radiant
so then probably a blink, right?
Who do we think is getting first 10 kills as well, B-Cup? Yeah, I think so.
Do you mean which player is getting first 10 kills?
Team.
With the Vortex, and this might be number 10.
Oh,
however, they don't get that kill on a D-Stone. Is this epicenter from Flyby? Coming through onto Ollie Winter.
Good kills to RNG, right? But they have to get so far and die to get to the tier 1. All of a sudden, yeah, the big turnaround comes. Great curse from the Wyvern before he dies. For the speed you have, I feel it's done so much work.
Doom on the DKs. All I need to well, it will pop, but it won't catch anybody, and Impetus is going to do a bit of damage on the cock if they get on the GT.
Yeah, nice force stomp by the Doom. Stops the stop from being able to chase. That's really good.
That combo's pretty deadly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's got one Oblivion staff ready to go. And pretty close on
Radiant
this Orchid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is starting to pull away though from the troll, right? So are IG doing enough to shut down RNG despite the fact that being playing ahead for the entirety of the game so far?
Yeah, I mean,
Dire's top
it's difficult
tower
to shut down because I mean they still have
One Arrow Strike.
over here now. I used that one stun, so
Yeah. And well, Red Panda doesn't have Primal Split for 26 seconds.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion?
Dire's top tower
A big
is under
moment
attack.
for IG.
yeah, potentially. Especially, it's so easy to find the kills as well.
My heart.
There's one.
Goes down, and now they're going to JT as well as Emo. Emo needs to be careful. Winter's current lightning out of the high ground, just walking away, but he's still dead. Rampanda gets credit for the kill, and it's a 1-for-1. It's with that earn that they get that kill. Epicenter Bro striking slow enough to get out of this one, and well, Kaka will fall to D-Stones. RNG starting to pull away as they will find a third in Ollie.
Is under attack.
Wow, pretty well played. That storm, he got hit so much damage over time, but even when he zipped away, he still just died anyway. Tried to be greedy, just saying get the zip off, but it meant he stands for longer.
RNG have really regrouped on this. And Orchid taking longer and longer to get. Opportunity to get things done against this lineup.
The thing is, though, there are still other things to worry about, though. You know, there's like the curve, there's the soft block as well. So, although BKB's very good, it doesn't give the TA a free game. TA loses a third of his health in 2 side blocks. Part 3. Good stuff.
Why has BKB coming out? Is this build enough here for Fly? Maelstrom into the BKB?
How do they stop him when he's BKB'd?
Yeah.
I mean, they have one stun, and it doesn't go through BKB. You know, the big thing that they would Pano as well, the
Radiant's
Brewmaster
middle
role.
tower is under attack.
Lightning Swell coming through onto the Enchantress. They've got the silence with the Orchid, trying to do the damage to get the Orchid burn as well as the kill and have that extra bump, and they will. So Eno gets the kill on a Felix.
Oh, it's Shroud on dude.
Still pulling ahead.
Okay.
Dire's
Yeah, might
bottom
have
tower
into the
is under
early
attack.
Shroud and going Sanj afterwards.
2 armor.
Right click from the G-Stone.
Radiant's
Good
middle
job this year
tower
one.
is under attack.
Quick BKB reveal.
Miss.
Radiant team RNG's turn to ban.
A plant. I'll eat one of my house plants. So just a leaf or something. If they don't first
one
ban
behind
Wyvern
you.
this game, there is one behind you. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'll take a leaf. I'll do it because I'm not going to need to because they're going to first ban Wyvern 100%.
Yep. No. Next, head title.
No.
Right? Nomad takes drugs
10 seconds.
on stream.
Will you eat something now because it's still in the pool?
Why? Why are they not? Okay. Well, they
normally
first
you
pick it. They
can-
can first pick it. That's still okay, right?
Radiant team.
That's true, you can first pick it, but normally you can deal with it.
Oh,
They just didn't have enough heroes to go on that Wyvern. Or it felt like they did, but the fights they took were just so favorable for IG that Wyvern always had great positioning.
Well, there's already a hero right now that RNG have picked up that doesn't care about
10
Winter
seconds
Wyvern
remaining.
whatsoever, and can pressure
Okay.
Winter Wyvern in the game
5
too.
seconds remaining.
Timbersaw is an interesting hero to me because sometimes it feels like he completely takes over the game, and other times it feels like, wait, why did they pick him here? So this is definitely a hero that you need to draft around, but when it feels like the draft hits, playing against the Timbersaw is just so frustrating because there's a certain way you have to play around him on the map.
10 seconds remaining.
He got
5 seconds remaining.
he hate playing against Luna. It's just three stunners in the next
10 seconds remaining. Turn to ban.
Faceless Void.
Radiant
It's here, the red panda faceless void.
Hooray!
wow.
I mean, it could
Flexible,
still be.
but yeah,
it could
probably.
still be a carry void, but
Yeah.
a girl can dream.
That's their counter to Luna in general. I feel like every time they see Luna, they just pick the Void to either flex it or put some fear that it could be the position one.
Radiant
The
team
nice thing about this void being a flexible hero all of a sudden is it opens up the draft for RNG in so many ways because IG kind of have to cover their bases when they consider what their next stands and their picks are going to be. I was gonna say that we had a 1-game break from Luna and now she's back. I was just hoping we would see other heroes for a while, but here we are. I am glad to see Ancient Apparition. It makes sense that he's picked up here versus Timbersaw, but it feels like people kind of forgot about him today and yesterday. Is this the first AA we've seen?
Yes, it is. And
That is
IG at least did not
surprising.
forget about him.
That's very surprising.
I mean, IG was one of the teams that utilized Ancient Apparition quite well in the past, so
seconds remaining.
makes a lot of sense that they will not forget one of their signature heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they're just gonna leave the Terrorblade in the pool here.
It's one of those heroes again, which has been very popular elsewhere, but China region doesn't seem to be playing with it too much in this tournament so far. Maybe we'll see it though. I mean,
It's normally been banned out versus these Lunas or baited out
Yeah.
the way LGD did the other day, but it.
Radiant team picks.
Concerned about it at all.
RNG's turn to pick.
Lion.
Go for a very solid position 4, disable.
Radiant team pick.
Kaka, and the way he plays it, he focuses all his attention into the gameplay, and he always goes like the same item build: Blink Dagger, Force Staff, Aeon Disc, and he did that like
10
9 out of 10
seconds
games.
remaining.
So he could just like focus into his gameplay instead. I think that's something a
5
lot of
seconds
Chinese
remaining.
teams or Chinese players do, is like they have a pretty, just a solid item build they have for the hero, and they just like autopilot into that and just kind of focus in on the game instead, so you don't have to constantly think in the game about what you're gonna buy next or something like that.
I reckon it's going to be a Mars for IG, by the way. I'd like to see it.
RNG's turn to pick.
Axe.
Oh, there it is. That's another stun. You know, we're just one stun away from.
Did that triple stun?
Yeah, and this won't be a vegan stream after that.
I mean,
we won't
Matt is
all
still,
poison
he's still
up.
eating a plant.
I'm still in the plan, yeah.
Radiant
Okay,
team banned.
so Arc Warden with Faceless Void is actually something that RNG have done before. I am going to go ahead and say this is probably just a God King Arc Warden. I highly doubt that it's going mid, but it still can. So maybe IG will cover their bases in the next scanning phase.
10 seconds.
I was gonna say that a nice thing about Lion is that you have a guaranteed kill on Timbersaw with the Finger and Ice Blast off cooldown. Because normally when you have a Timber draft, you draft a mid hero that can rotate on him early and just kill him because you do need to slow him down. But it's cool that both of these supports can just do it together at level 6, opening up more potential on that mid lane pick.
Man, I think this Timber is gonna have the worst game of his life. I do not want to be a Timbersaw in this game.
Luna, AA, Lion, Axe.
Yeah, even Axe, you know, so much pure damage. I assume like JT, he's more of that team player, but if he ever decides to go for the Manta build as the game gets dragged out, like that's another problem for the Timbersaw as well.
10
They just have so much.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They banned out all 3 Spirit Heroes. Axe Lion.
Hold on, let me jump into my stats and I'll.
RNG's turn to Radiant team pick.
This track.
Well, maybe if they have the Leshrac roaming to the Timbersaw's lane and taking his tower early for the Timber, and then the Timber can like take another part of the map and just give more space for the Lesh and Arc Warden, and they can like carry him through the mid game.
Right.
There's some potential there, but other than that, he like to salvage his lane is gonna be very difficult unless this Hoodwink does some God's
Right.
work.
So Timber usually doesn't care about counters so long as he has a good lane and enough items to play off of, or like space on the map to do something. But like you said, Timber hates playing against Luna. Did they just forget about it when they wanted to open up for the Timber?
Who knows?
Maybe he just doesn't care. You know, there's a lot of situations like that where everybody knows a hero counters it, but then the player playing the hero is like, I don't care. That doesn't do anything to me. Let me just give it to me, right? Like I played and coached many of these guys who they always have like some hero where they're so confident with that they don't care what the matchup is. And there are some situations where, you know, they do come out ahead, and those games they look godly, but in most situations they still fail. And Marveling, who call that?
I was literally trying to say that. Yeah, I mean, it's its next most played hero. It goes Leshrac, Ember, Storm, Void, Morphling, Tiny. So I was going to say Morphling on Tiny, but yeah, anyway, they'll get the emo morph.
Does it count? He has a stun, right, guys? Right?
Sure, yeah, he's got a stun.
No, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
He's got a stun.
He absolutely has a stun. Strength morph, you know, that usual strength morph build. Do you remember when that was being played off lane ages ago?
Oh, that was a position 5 Morphling too. That was fun as hell. I love that Morphling.
Yeah.
Morphin actually does fit that bill very well. How quickly will he be able to respond?
heroes and probably a Timbersaw level 6 as well, and you don't want to waste too much time fighting into your opponent when you're the team with the Morphling and the Luna. You're just trying to apply pressure mid and into the enemy safe lane and try to make RNG react instead.
Alrighty, well, that's what we think about this draft then. There's one more thing left for me to do before we hand it over to the casters. A lovely, fresh piece of leaf robot here, so don't do it. This is a drug-free plant, don't you worry. We'll hand over to our casters for this game, which is going to be Mofar and Beacop.
Daniel.
What I just watched. Oh my goodness.
Prepare for
What I just watched. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I don't know.
I hate Arc Warden.
But Beacop's in absolute tatters.
I am. I've been here too many times before in the last month. Arc Warden games.
How many minutes is this game going to be, Beacop?
Well, if it's anything like my average Arc Warden cast, it's going to be at least 108 minutes, which is just a joy, as Fly will probably die to first blood. Body blocks in from Red Panda. They'll get the kill on the Luna. What I find with these Arc Warden games is these Arc Wardens never play to win. And it's very frustrating to watch. There will come a point where if you see a heat map of where the main Arc Warden is, it is just right by where these couriers are sitting right now. And that's it.
I will say, for IG, I'm a little bit worried in the sense that I think if JT doesn't have a good game on this axe, I'm really worried about how they're going to be able to control the tempo in the game. Because they have these two really greedy cores in the Morph and the Luna, and I know IG's Morph is very good, you know, on emo especially, but they do need a little bit of time, and it has the potential where this Lesh can link up with the Timber relatively early on, and they can just force fights before IG are ready. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this game plays out.
I look forward to the first 60 minutes of this game. And then really look forward to disliking the back 40. Yeah. Which I could see that definitely being
Axis, I was worried about him not getting to a good start. He's having a great time.
Red Panda's in, and he's got the time walk. Kaka, he doesn't have the mana for a Earth Spike, so he's just gonna die here. Maybe if he gets that Earth Spike out, Axe can help and potentially get a kill here. But now JT on the run. His creep's not helping him at all. Battle Hunger going to be placed on a Red Panda. He has to walk all the way around this Spark Wraith.
Does the line bring us out? I'm assuming it does, yeah.
Fly bottom, just trying to do his thing with the help of Ollie. I'm waiting for a good Ancient Apparition game. And they're going to go for Felix, put the cold feet on him, but they won't freeze. Interested to see how Emo does on this Morphling, too.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this before the series overall, right? About IG's Morphling.
Early in the day.
And how good it is.
We were just talking about how Emo Morph and Fly Morph are two different kinds of Morphlings.
This Arc Warden's not having a great time, though, has to be said. Only 8 CS in the first 3.5 minutes or so. We're up to 9 now, but when this activates Vanguard, I think they really are going to struggle to deal with them, because at that point you can just skip waves and things anyway, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what happens in an Arc Warden game. You get lulled into this false sense of security that the game's going to end in 25 minutes. And then he gets Midas.
And then they have
he
to go
starts
high
just
ground.
farming. And then, then they have to go high ground. And only the Tempest Double is going from lane to lane. Wi-Fi's getting chased pretty deep here. Fly by. Similar to the ice, and ice situation with the player also known as Ice.
Oh. Yeah, that's really good for Quadrant as well, right?
Bottom
She's
tower
gonna
is under attack.
better laners against Timber in general, but they're not that great together, you know? Like, nobody you want to pair this Luna with some kind of, like, melee hero that can go in and get on the Timber as well to chase him down. AA doesn't really do that. Now, that's why we've seen so much of, like, Clockless Tournament as well, for example.
Wondering if the Luna is going to go 0-3 today, because already 0-2, right?
Yeah, it's not having a great time today.
Time dilation, Spark Wraith, Felix making the rotation, and now the Acorn shot, JT in some trouble. Spark Wraith not going to go off on a Kaka, but they've got the Hex. He's trying to run away from both these supports. Kaka will find some space, and JT now looking to go the other way. Kaka, he doesn't have the mana in the moment for an Earth Spike, and he kind of wants to throw something to help out this Axe.
The thing is now as well that the Hoodwink is free to leave because the Timber's able to get to a good point in the lane where it doesn't need any help, right? So this top lane's going to get so much more pressure on it than they originally would have imagined.
Kaka getting chased all the way down. He's going to die here.
Easy peasy. And they get the bounty rune. They stop the stack. Yeah, looking good for RNG. Now, Timber has a catapult wave bot lane. So it's interesting to see how this next minute or so is going to play out for the bot lane.
They caught Axe.
Yeah,
Time dilation with the stun. D-Stone's here, and JT will get a call off, but it's not going to matter. RNG are really moving through this game pretty quickly at the moment.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the Axe just all of a sudden it kind of died a couple of times, right? And it's feeling, oh, this isn't great. I know the other lanes aren't going that well either, but their entryway into the game is through the Axe.
Stones, Emo coming in. Don't have the damage.
Oh, the clone?
Now they've got themselves four heroes here to try and get this kill onto Emo, and they will. These Stones with an one. I feel very shaky.
That's really well played by God King, but he just uses the clone to send it mid to find the kill. And fair play to him. Heads up.
A tide of impurities.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ironwood tree picked up for the Luna. Fly flies back into the jungle. Ship vest, keen optic.
Tower. I mean, Ollie's just trying to leech XP because he can't do anything to the Timber anymore, but this map feels so small for IG already.
TP away, flyby. Won't have anything to stop that. And ready. Red Panda comes up onto the high ground. Kaka only level 4 as well as Red Panda. Midas picked up for the Arc Warden. You've got the Arcane Boots finished for the Timber. Smoke picked up for the Ancient Apparition. We'll see what they want to do in terms of that kind of movement. Kaka trying to pick up a Blink, and so is JT. Maybe IG, if they can find a timing with that Blink Dagger, something that they can unfly now for TP, the damage is not there, but they are still closing this map and closing the areas where IG are looking to farm.
Oh, the double jump. Get him.
Oh, Red Panda. He's low. Emo just doesn't have the damage at the moment, man. And they're going to catch Ollie out of position. They'll get Fly's courier too. And this is just, again, another misstep coming from IG, who really want to get something done. Her Spike adapted strike, but Chakram right on top. They've got the Hex onto the Hoodwink, and Emo, he's right-clicking, but what's he accomplishing? Really not much of anything. Waveform on the high ground into Bushwhack. They're looking to land the stun, and they got it. Red Panda coming in, and Emo, he's just going to be dead. I don't know what he's for, but he's chasing and chasing and chasing, and he just does not have any damage to get kills.
I will say that the Luna has found so much farm in the downtime when all this fighting's been happening. They've actually gained a net worth lead on IG. Because this Axe has just been farming top, the Luna's just been farming the triangle and things as well. So honestly, even though they've given up kills, it ends up being pretty good.
Bushwhack gonna miss. Luna just farming the jungle, has that Mask of Madness. No courier for the moment. 1,300 gold saved up. Blink Dagger for the Axe is almost available. Do you think with that Blink Dagger he starts to make a big difference on the map, or are they just too far behind at the moment?
No, for sure. I mean, he definitely makes a much bigger difference on the map. Especially when you have like the AA level 6 to play with and the Lion level 6, you can actually find these like really quick burst kills, right? Like, you have good control with the source.
The jungle has everything Axe desire.
If you're gonna let this
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They let that tower go for free, and you talked about how greedy the lineup is for IG, and with the map getting smaller, it's not going to be helping anytime soon.
Oh, it's fun.
He's now got burst damage with that finger. He's going through a Blink Dagger too.
He breaks the smoke straight away on the AA.
Ice Blast. JT. Now he's got that Blink Dagger, but Red Panda's already gone.
Oh, I think he just got it delivered. Yeah, that's really... If it had been a bit quicker, he would have been able to kill the Void, but not quite quick enough.
Morphling and Axe struggling, but Luna getting a lot out of the map now. Has that Dragonlance going into the BKB. We'll see if the Luna's enough, especially if they get that extra control.
Time is money.
That extra control, Blink Call. We've got the Earth Spike, the Hex. Especially that Blink Dagger, too, is going to be soon. Maybe things start looking up for IG, but RNG right now, they are in control of the game. And what's the game plan if you're RNG? You feel like you've got everything ready right now, but what's next?
For RNG, I mean... I think they're quite happy with the game almost. Like, quickly the Axe farm. Kaka's in trouble.
Okay, trying to run. X out. He's taking a long time to die, but it is a time where you're going to die, and a Blink Dagger.
I mean, obviously the natural progression is easy to say now because they're there, but after they've taken the bottom tier one, is to take this mid tier one and open up the map more. Because like we said, it just squeezes more space away from this Morph and the Luna that both want to farm. And especially with like Midas on the Arc and stuff, you really start to, push your advantage. in terms of how much of the map you can farm.
Radiant's middle tower
After that,
has fallen.
it gets a little bit awkward because they don't take Roach that well. They don't have a great Roach lineup, so they kind of they're just going to be out farming more than anything, right? They can threaten towers with the Lesh and try and force TPs and things, but yeah, they're going to try and do that ball. Edict's such a crazy skill.
It's already down to half health. This team's trying to respond. They've got the blink on GT. They just got to find the opening, and they won't. They haven't stayed long enough. They hesitated for a second, thinking about going forward on a D-Stones, and instead, oh, he gets away, and he's able to go invis and elude the side of IG. So has them all react, and they don't react well because they don't get anything out of the reaction that they've made. DD right outside the pit.
They just start running straight away across the map.
Oh, Acorn shot in the bushwhack. That lands. Morphling. He'll morph
good
into
jump.
this void, and
Okay.
it's not how I thought that worked. There was a little glimmer of hope in me that I thought since he worked the void and he was in Chrono, he'd technically walk around in it.
No. That would be hilarious, though, actually.
It's a little glimmer of hope, you know?
Like, do you remember Necrobooks before? Like, if you bought Necrobook on Void, they would just run around in Chrono as well. It's all units controlled, which is hilarious.
It should make morphing stronger. Give him the ability to walk in Chrono if he is morphed as Void. They haven't really done anything with this Blink on Axe.
They're doing the same thing that we talked about in the other game, though, right? Where they try and farm the Ancients and things, and then they leave just as it's turned past the minute. So now IG don't have the Ancients to farm while RNG do.
There's a ward here for the Dire, so this is going to spot them coming up onto the high ground.
This point's so annoying.
Level 4 in that time dilation.
I'm not opposed to taking the occasional bounty.
Come and get it!
No blink for 5 seconds, but the call is there. Ice Blast coming in with the Air Spike Finger Culling Blade. They'll finally get a kill.
They've just used AA Blast and Finger, and they found the Pos 5, who was just trying to be there to break the smoke.
Ice Blast isn't that big of a deal. Ocean Beam and Felix will survive. Emo not looking to play that aggressive at all.
Here comes the Timber, though, as well.
And D-Stones with a double damage. But he's hesitant on making a move in.
Firefly's so scary. He has Hood Sandwich. He's so incredibly difficult to kill.
The Snugglin's onto the Morphling. We got the Spear Vessel on him with the Sharpshooter. He's somehow able to walk away. They've got the Blink as well as the call. The Ice Blast comes in. Look at the cone going on the D-Stones, and now they're supposed to be thrown down from the Timbers. RNG.
Axe is grateful.
What a nice blast. A great call from JT to set everything up.
Middle tower is under attack.
I was surprised that Morph was able to just walk that one out.
Here it comes. Speak of.
Where's the real Arc Warden? Alright, he's still not in his base just yet. Okay.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's still actually playing the game of Dota. You really can't sit in your base, cooldown reduction, but the extra Tempest double duration, you get there pretty quickly. Spike and Ice Blast coming in. JT with the blink as well as the call. Quick kill there on the Red Panda. The stun lands on the Emo. Acorn shot bouncing back and forth. Flyby coming in. They've got the damage on a JT. They should be able to take on the Axe. They're looking for the Sharpshooter. And that's not going to land. Fly TP's out, and the rest of the team trying to escape here. It was not in time. Flyby.
That was
tried to Timber Chain and use that Ironwood tree.
Considering how the game started, though, actually you're doing pretty well at peeking themselves in it. Like, this Luna's really farmed in comparison to this Arc, the support of Midas. You know? And this is what we've been saying about Luna. The hero just farms so quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Even up a tier 2 tower, though, practically for free.
Well, they couldn't really defend it though. They were heroes dead
Upon
and
a
things.
loyal warrior.
Well, they didn't staff and rex. But much you can think online. Okay.
Hey, you picked that up after the fight mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So they have Chrono up and available here.
Balance.
They can get a pick off around the Roche pit. Obviously, they can move in at that point. So
Aka's in some trouble. I'm not sure if he caught a glimpse of that. First spike push whack. That's an easy kill.
I don't think they see the morph though. Yeah, they don't know.
I heard I could trade some favors.
They had a feeling, but he's waveformed away. So close, but not quite.
And just the kill on the Lion for now. And they should take out the Tempest double. Sometimes these Tempest doubles are a big influx of gold, so you really need to be careful about how often you are giving them up.
Never sure. At the same time as the morph picks up his E-blade, I'd say that's pretty strong timing.
And he originally had Possessed Mask. He's going to take the Nether Shawl. Take the Nether Shawl. You've got Luna, who's now out farming this Arc Warden, but you're behind on your other two cores, and they need to try and find their way back. Aka trying to go into a BKB. It's not really in trouble with Emo getting hit by that sharpshooter way far away. They're trying to get out. Red Panda is here. They've got the right clicks. Emo getting low. And with the Spirit Vessel on him, he'll end up dead to God King. Emo getting caught once again. And, you know, I talked up Emo being the better Morphling player on this team. But right now, his game's been very difficult. And he really hasn't gotten what I thought he'd get out of this game up to this.
I mean, that is not the way you want to reveal the E-blade though, huh?
No.
It's supposed to be this, you know, massive time. Oh, you know, we got you. We got a kill. Maybe we can, you know, find something off this. He has Glip here on the Arc Warden. Wow.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ice Blast Finger coming through.
Oh my goodness.
There's the call. Holds the Culling Blade, but finally gets it off. Kaka and Ala, however, are both dead. Spear Vessel on and JT. Sharpshooter comes in. They're going to continue to chase. They should be able to get this kill with the Lucent Beam hitting on a T-Stones, though. JT, well, he tries to get the call off, tries to survive, but won't be able to do so.
That was a really heads-up play by T-Stones. He knew the call was going to be coming, so a little sidestep there.
5k lead for RNG. Is there a way back in this, though, for IG?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, the Luna's still really farmed, right? They have good burst on the Axe core with the E-blade, the Lion, the AA.
Just feels like the targets of the AA Blast Axe combo feels like, yeah, at least so far, it's been just supports.
Like, if they can the Arc Warden once, right? And suddenly their net worth back, you know, will grow considerably in the game if the Arc Warden's dead for a minute.
Get to an Arc Warden.
And like 2k of this net worth difference is the Void. So,
yeah, I think the thing that is worrying if you're an IG fan right now is how low net worth both the Axe and the Morph have. It's just not looking good from that aspect, and they need to find a way to come back.
Yeah, for sure. And the Roche fight is always huge, and then we've talked about it a lot. But you know, this game in particular, if you can get the Aegis massive, right? Because if Radiant get it's some like big save for the Chrono, so you can't just get bursted from 100 to 0 and they take a numbers advantage fight on Dire. On Radiant, they're all about burst, right? So if you get Aegis on any of the Dire heroes, it makes it really difficult for them to approach fights.
IG smoke up.
Did we go
You're gonna try and make
Satanic before Daedalus? I think she's got Crystallis, but
Yeah, Chrysalis, Satanic back into the Daedalus.
interesting. Okay.
Radiant's
I thought they
middle
might try and be a little
tower
bit
is under
more
attack.
gung-ho and kind of go just all in for the Daedalus and get the damage, but Satanic's good as well. Still a good damage aim.
So we find the Timber if they catch somebody. Maybe not the target that they want to go for. Smoke gets broken on JT. He's trying to chase. And they've got the scan already coming through, so they know exactly where they are. Blink comes through from JT, trying to find some vision on Flyby.
Oh, they see
and
it.
the glaive gets thrown off the Lucent Beam, but they've also got Felix, who's trying to charge up that Sharpshooter, and they'll use the Eclipse, but
Radiant's middle
JT!
tower is under attack.
Oh.
Look at the mid-tier 2, though, on the radiant
Yeah,
side.
taking a lot of damage.
The Sark Warden's just slowly split, pushing them away as well at the same time. So, 2 really big kills. You know, can they head into the Roche Pit from this? Probably not. You know, they need to deal with their waves, unfortunately.
Roche would have been a gift for them. They were able to get it. They are still postured by the pit. Like, that's, it's not out of question yet. They take it quick enough is the question. I don't know if I want to risk that, right?
It's, yeah. I mean, it's such a game on such a knife's edge, though. So, I cannot imagine there being, you know, massive amounts of risk taking by either team.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Okay.
Very caught, very dead. Ooh. That Sharpshooter doing a lot of damage. They're going to try and chase here. They don't have Eclipse to throw to turn this. And Waves bouncing off that Lucent Beam. Ice Blast. Do they want to turn for this?
Right.
Like Panda moving forward, and now they're going to go into Roche.
Yeah, I would imagine so. They need, the Arc Warden's come over as well. So, with the 2 supports, I think especially AA, the Roche becomes so much easier, right? Because that Ice Blast threat isn't there. They don't get the vision inside the pit with the Vortex.
I have a feeling that JT's going to go for this.
Maybe, but it's really
a risk. He wants it.
It's difficult.
Into the dark.
Yeah, I think if the AA was up, so they had vision inside the pit, it would be fine. But to just go in blindly is crazy.
Maybe he'd want it if, say, Fly threw a Lucent Beam inside the pit. But at the end of the day, it's now the first Roche into the hands of RNG, which is massive.
Yeah. Really,
Have
like
Scotty available on their Arc Warden.
it's like we said, because the radiant sides are all about bursts. So if you take that away from them, it feels horrible to play into.
He's still soaked and maybe looking to make a play here. They've got Emo in the top lane and the rest of the team in the jungle. If they can find a pick off on a big target, he's significant. And Timber's the one they'll go after. And Timber's the one they'll kill.
Oh, nice reach, Henry. Thanks.
Up near, Acorn shot, bushwhack on a 2, charging the Sharpshooter. That's gonna hit on the axe. They've got the Sun to follow it up. Red Panda with the time dilation. They get the kill on the JT to look over, and Ollie will just TP out in time. This is all while Morphwing's pushing the top tier 2, and the TPs come out from Felix as well as Emo. They've got the bushwhack. He stayed. I don't know why he stayed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not sure what he thought they were going to... Because there's no Roche or anything, right? Maybe he just thought they'd start running down mid, but... It happens.
Ow.
118 on the Luna. Some things are going well for them still, you know?
A tithe to the impurities.
The Lesh is probably a bigger, or just if as big of a problem as the Arc Warden. Oh no.
Luna, BKB, there's the Blink of Fills, the call. Do they have the damage to get the kill here on a D? Right-clicking him down, they'll take the Aegis. They still need to get out, though. And And another Lucent Beam, Earth Spike, damage with the Battle Hunger. Ollie, well, he'll get the kill thanks to the Ice Blast that landed onto the Hoodwink. So that actually goes significantly well for IG.
I am grateful.
They're finding points of contention, but it's still very difficult for them. Elven Tunic for the Shrek. Keep that though.
I assume you give that to the Arc Warden, but it depends what else they get, right? It's not really on like pure right-click build.
The difference is here, I would say, compared to the other Arc Warden games that were like this, is we're not seeing the Arc Warden give away the Tempest Double.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of people with 400 at each level. I can't remember exactly.
It's 182 for 300, and it's giving away 300 right now, but in those long games that I've covered in the past with Arc Warden, it's been Tempest Doubles dying constantly. Forward. Force staff, BKB. Will it be enough to survive? Kaka comes around the side and gets a 3-man stun. It's not the Tempest Double as well as the other Arc Warden. They're trying to get the kill on the real Arc Warden. Can Fly get the kill? Get kill to Kaka and then take out Fly. Oh, wow. Arc Warden almost ended up dying there. Ollie, though, he'll be running down. They'll find themselves a third. Oh, and JT not involved in that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Timber said, nice eat place. Lemire.
Illusion.
No, 50 seconds. So defending this is going to be difficult.
It's under attack.
Yeah, no buyback. It's a tough one.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks.
The thing is, normally the Arc Warden can chip away at buildings slowly.
Radiant's middle
It's just
barracks has fallen.
you lose like that and you just lose service. Like, it feels bad when the illusion clones time out.
You're able to get the gold.
Yeah. I hate playing against good Arc Warden players when they let it time really, they let you get it really low just as it dies. Like, you have to work for it and you get nothing in return. Sad.
Sounds familiar. EKB for the Morphlings. Scotty next.
Radiant are scanning.
It's an 18k lead here for RNG.
This act's cool.
And yeah, it's yeah.
It's me getting angry at my pubs.
Me getting angry at Arc Warden games that last 108 minutes. Although I don't know if this one's following the timeline. It's coming over and misses the bushwhack. Eclipse down onto the Timber kill. Okay, the kill on a flyby. And they've beat, but the stun comes through. They've got the ended time dilation. Fly pretty slowed up, and now they're gonna smoke right out of that one. But let's see if this smoke leads to anything. No Eclipse available on Fly, who's trying to finish off that Data that's going into the Demon Edge, and then the recipe, of course, is going to cost quite a bit. They go over to the side, and Red Panda surviving. The Culling Blade's not going to be enough to get the kill. They've taken out Raka. Jones gets credit for that one, and the Chrono on a 2. Clinton here to follow it up. Scott King in, working for JT. We'll get the kill on Ollie as well as JT, and now Fly and Emo need to run. Ooh, sharpshooter hitting, and now the blink in the Hex. I don't know what Fly is doing. He's kind of just playing this game of like come get me, come get me. And, well, Fly, they got you.
Yeah. I mean, I understand wanting to push for more, though, right? When you're in a position like this where you're so far behind, and then you find a kill on the timber, it's the best chance you've got of winning a fight, right?
Just could not kill Red Panda. The Culling Void wasn't enough damage, only level 2. You really want to hold this buyback because they need this Tato as they want the extra damage. Sun, Ice Blast actually hits onto the Leshrac. We've already lost damage from this Tempest level just too much.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
The real important fights, yeah, they're going to call GG. When it's time to call it, it's time to call it. Kaka lets us know it is called.
I mean, the loot was really fun this game, but they really have that hero that could connect early on, like with the axe and stuff to make stuff happen. So it's very reliant on the supports.
RNG. Radiant's turn to pick.
The RNG is far up in the air.
And I love that they flying here as well, just keeping it nice and flexible on RNG. Doesn't lock them in for any of these roles yet. Really good.
Have you guys seen any safe lane TAs from China?
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think so.
5 seconds
so that's
remaining.
something that has been kind of popular a few months ago in South America and I think in VP as well did it a few times, but if they do safe lane TA, like it's pretty good against Brood. You just deny against him, and then eventually you can just sideblade him, and you can also sideblade spider lanes. It could be tricky if the Brood comes from behind you. There's a chance you can die, but at that point you're probably just already gone into the jungle. So, but I don't think China has really like caught on that or are willing to try it.
I mean, I feel like they've been very creative and flexible recently, so they might end up trying it if it looks like a good game. They definitely set up for this Brood Mother pick with their Sand King, Tide, and Darkseer guns, while to kind of cover their TA with the PL and PvP guns.
RNG's turn to pick.
I'm really liking RNG's drops. I don't know if I've just become a huge fan after that last game, but I'm leaning more towards it at the moment.
I mean, in the drafting phase, at least, I will always lean towards a team which is more creative and can flex things more, leave things open.
10 seconds
from a
remaining.
drafting point of view, that makes you much. You just have a better foundation to work from compared to a team which is kind of stuck in their roles. But
Mag that's being picked up is very greedy at this point, I would say, looking at IG's heroes, unless they decide to put the mag in the safe lane. But off-lane mag plus another carry that wants to utilize Empower plus a Templar Assassin, it just feels like they're going to be lacking teamfight in this game and too much farm as well.
I do need a faster hero as well, because Nyx Assassin is someone who needs to play with a hero. He just doesn't play by himself. You kind of erase a lot of the early game power of the hero by not giving him a partner, someone to set up for kills for.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's like I can see a Nick Sound just running around like, oh look, it's like a half-health Luna jungling here.
10 seconds
yeah, but
remaining.
I'm jungling. Right?
But, yeah, I'm farming. No, I'm farming. And he's just like, okay.
5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Scuttle
remaining.
off, scuttle into the trees and cry. I do think this map is more safe land as an honest Brood.
Yeah, it does work.
I've seen that before, yeah.
It's really good because you have like 90 base damage, and the thing how you beat Brood Mother is not through shooting her down, but like actually denying creeps the lane. If you can slow down the experience of the Brood Mother, eventually the Brood's gonna get 6 no matter what and take your tower. But the longer you slow them down, the better it is. At some point, as a carrier, your job is just going to the jungle. It's much more lucrative for you. So I totally see a mag being amazing here. One thing from safe and mag being amazing. One thing from RNG here with the Wind Ranger pick, I think Lina is like 100% locked into the mid roll at this point. That's what that tells me, because it was a reactionary pick to like the Templar Assassin, and I believe they want to get Stone's hero right then and there because that's what he feels comfortable playing as the Templar Assassin, and they don't want it to be banned out.
That's a very good point.
Radiant team ban.
I'm thinking
Enchantress.
Wasn't it LGD that played a lot of safe lane Magnus at the DPC season 2?
The safe lane map, it was a BG. BG played a bunch of safe lane Magnus.
10 seconds
And in a
remaining.
couple of games that I watched,
RNG's turn
it
remaining.
was in response to Brood, and it did pull its own very well. So the more I'm thinking about it, the more I can actually see it happening. And it would make more sense because you don't want your offlaner to take away farm from the TA.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's also like if you do offlane mag, then now you have another carry in
10
your team,
seconds remaining.
right? Yeah. Well, if the Magnus is the carry, then you see it working. So if you just pick a position 3 hero who can make saves.
Right. I really hope Nick gets a partner. I feel very bad for him right now.
Some burst damage, hopefully. The TA is pretty good with the
I've been in his
Nyx,
shoes
but
so far.
Not early on though, like you.
Yeah, not early on, but later, definitely. I mean, Nyx can play a slow game too and just provide information for his team.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it doesn't like make the best use out of the hero skill set, though, does
Radiant
it?
team pick.
I agree. I'm wondering if this is still 4 Enchantress and a 5 Nyx. I feel like I want to put the Enchantress against the Wind Ranger.
Yeah,
So
do you
maybe
want
it's
to
just
go
a 5
Nyx
Enchant
Magnus laning together though? Double melee?
10
Might just
seconds
get
remaining.
lead by either Lina or Wind.
It's been done.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
no, I think you want the Enchantress to lane against the Wind Ranger.
RNG's turn to pick.
For obvious reasons, right? Enchant as well as Wind Run,
Enchant, so, yeah.
skill potential on the wind. So it is safely done.
Thank you. I've got one thing right today. I'll go to bed smiling. Ignore the 20 things I got wrong. But yeah, that's what comes out from IG. That's clearly the game. And then Jacob's going to come out as a carry pick for RNG. There we go. There's a draft all finished up. Final thoughts, guys?
Good fighting potential from RNG. I think I like where they're going with this. It's got a lot of tempo in the lineup. IG, I think Evo's mad after the last game, and he's gonna go berserk in this game. So I'm hoping Evo's gonna show up, and if he does, it's gonna look real scary.
I think IG's lineups we get to do, but I think RNG are so comfortable in their 5 void that I want them to win and rooting for them.
Their combo is so good on the side of RNG.
I think they can do it. I think
so much damage in the chrono.
Yeah, with the Gyro and everything. If this Gyro is a good game, it's going to be really hard and shut them down. However, I think the same can be said about the other side. Magnus has a good game. You know, it doesn't really look like there's much to really stop him getting off the big RPs. There is a Brood, actually. Could be a factor if she can get those spiders on him, but we will see how this one goes down. I think for me, maybe leaning a little bit more towards IG. I do like the Mag. I think it's very cool.
I like it too, but I'm gonna go
+5
RNG.
Void versus +1 Mag. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, I'll go IG for this one. I think they got it in the bag, but yeah, RNG definitely going to be playing their usual creative, interesting +5 Void along with the other strategies as well, and God King on the Gyrocopter as well, which leads us to throw it over to our casters. So B-Cop and Mofara will be taking you through this third and final game of this series between IG and RNG here at the OGA Dota Pit. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Put my hands up. There we go. Raising the roof. You know, got a little power nap in there. And now we go. Ready to watch another Void 5. I'm hyped. Void 5 is the new thing. It's the new,
Prepare for battle.
It's for
I'm
RNG.
ready for it. Yeah.
They seem to love it.
They love it. They love it. They're having a great time here with a Brood, Windrunner, Lina, Gyro. All right. Is that the lineup you played in?
I don't mind both. I think they're okay. I think the double range core into the crit is really nice. Obviously, Lina especially. I think their opening was really strong. The Lina Void. So, here comes the wonderful view again. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how RG do. Obviously, you know, we've talked about how some teams like play these 3-2s again. They have their +1 TA mid. Obviously, Fly can turn into a carry as well.
30 seconds.
Doesn't farm quite as fast at the beginning, but we'll ramp up that farm quickly with the Empower. I'm hoping to see a better Ench performance this game in the first 5-10 minutes than we did the last time. I think this hero has such high potential. So we'll see what it can do. And I think, Nick has been one of the heroes this tournament that it looks incredible. The Chinese teams, when they play Nyx, I feel like they make so much more value from it. You know, there's none of this +4 Nyx a lot of the time, where they like rush hacks and stuff. You still can, it's not bad, right? But it's like they get so much information on the map that they utilize.
I think coming into the day, before we even started, I talked about Kaka, who loves playing this Nyx Assassin. It's been that, or one of the previous Dota pits, it was that and Mirana that he just demolished on. And it really feels like he becomes such a game changer when it comes to him playing on this assassin. And the question is, will it still be the same if he, it will be this. Is not going if he's not going for that axe. If it's going to be that first item axe, it's something we saw Kaka do a lot. It's something that we saw change games quite a lot.
Yeah, it definitely can. And I think the Nyx in particular is really good against the gyro last week that they did. You have the carapace, obviously, for AoE damage. So if you stop beating on the gyro, it can be a little bit difficult. Oh, good body blocks from Kaka.
Safe lane magnet for Firefly. We'll see how that goes. That's really the hero for him. However, JT, host Sam, not going to be enough to survive. God can't get in first blood on this Centaur. This feels similar to the Felix lane with the Enchantress.
Yeah, but again, they've done a really good job of making sure they hit their level 2s first by shoving in the lane, right? So when you have that level 2 advantage, I don't know if they had it at the time, actually, but maybe I'm just making things up.
I think they might have.
The way it was pushing it, I'm not sure whether they quite hit the level 2 or not. Or God King.
Oh, maybe could have got that homing missile. Red Panda coming in time dilation. Slow up these heroes, and we saw the max time dilation, how much of a pain that is to deal with. It really becomes a problem once that hits like level 3, level 4. And level 1, it is still a nuisance.
Yeah, it lasts such a long time as well. So
8, 9, 10, 11.
I mean, the big problem is that they haven't blocked this big camp on RNG, right? So the Dench one is able to, when it's able to get the creep, it's sat really strong in the laning stage. That's not, yeah, okay, there you go.
Strike me, coward.
I know, once again.
She's doing a really good job of holding the wave here.
Red Panda get that range creep though. That's nice for him. A little bit of gold going his way. He's trying to get himself some range creeps. He needs to be a little bit careful. God King comes over and just denies that range creep that JT was hoping for. And yeah, he is just keeping this creep wave near. He'll push it back over to this range creep and the creep wave that's equilibrium near the Dire 1.
Oh, the creeps. He's had 2 really good creeps so far in the lane on it. That's quite funny. Looking forward to seeing if Felix will stack the big camp and the ancient camp on the side as well for this gyro. Probably for that fat cannon build, try and amp his farm with those ancient stacks as much as possible. 4-minute rune's coming. Kaka's heading over.
Comes over. Felix is here too. Imbale picks up the water rune. The other one picked up by Emos. IG have control. Both those runes. Windrunner's career
has been killed.
Okay.
I think it feels really bad not having this rune control as the leader as well, because normally you're so good at pushing the wave out, right? And being able to control the rune spawns. But having TA just every auto is a wave effectively. So works a little bit differently.
I'm walking on Red Panda, but they don't want to play it too aggressively. JT not exactly working with a lot of health here, but now he'll be salved up.
How close is he to the Vanguard on the Centaur? Because again, that's another really big timing in this state. He's 80 gold off. Yeah, this is really good.
I'm at the end of the game. You've got TA who's still doing really well. No surprise, this is a much better TA time than we've seen in some other games, but only sitting 6th in the net worth. So, you know, despite the fact it feels like the lane's going right in terms of CS, it's not perfect. And Ollie now getting a kill on a Red Panda in the top lane. So Red Panda can only tango for so long. Taka getting a little bit low. One more shot there from Felix to finish him off. It's 1-1 split for heroes across the map.
Yeah, I'm still pale, unfortunately. So. Disappointing for him.
Very. I think he's trying to hold his own. They've got the shackle. Laguna Blade to start.
Yeah, that was ambitious.
Now Laguna Blade's just on cooldown. He doesn't really get the kill there.
He just have to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have a salve or anything, so. And no room
Bottle
to
refill goes to Kaka.
And I'm assuming Red Panda's going to go and get the bounty rune as well, so that the TA can't even go refill from that either. They're still sitting mid.
Yeah, Shackle, LSA, Red Panda coming in, and Emo goes into the meld. They place down the sentry.
Oh my God.
Frank's not going to do anything. Emo. Okay, he survives.
But he always touched from the.
Yeah, an understatement. I don't do anything.
Jesus.
Hey, he didn't die, so technically he didn't do anything.
That's true.
Never in doubt. Through having a good lane over top of the net worth.
You've been burned.
Called down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Now,
attack.
he wants to maximize his farm, so when you have centaur versus gyro lane, both heroes want to shove the lane out and go and farm the big camp. So if the gyro pushes it out quicker, it means he's going to maximize his farm over the centaur.
They're pretty close to your worth. JT comes over, but he's not going to be able to get any of these creeps.
Radiant's bottom tower has
The
fallen.
bottom tower is gone, so Flyby really making his spell. Only 3-1 with the 1 time dilation once again thrown on Emo. That's going to send him back. The time dilation is really good up against the CA. Coming over from the side, and Kaka can meet with the LSA. Back lands, chance from Kaka, and and Kaka. He's that top dilation. I'll go back to fly by now. You're gonna get a one of this. Kaka trying to fuck this carrot. This bash. Oh my god, first hit bash.
Oh dear.
Unfortunate there for IG. Just still get the kill though on Alina. But kind of bull string that farm to get a kill coming over mid. They want to go for and they just want to make them pay for staying in mid lane. They've got the shit land
Radiant's middle tower is under
thinking about
attack.
losing Olive and it's to save this one mid. They want to continue to throw and try and save it. As the question is, they've got throwings aplenty ready to move in and finish it off. But Centaur showing TP, shackle onto the TA, and now they've got Panda coming around the back. They hit the Laguna Blade, the impale hits on the 2, but they're killing the Emo. Now they're going to go with G2 is trying to find a target. Red Panda time walk over Cock on the run. They've got high. Well, can't do anything. Shackle again. That comes from lands and then finish off the Nixus assassin. Bye-bye with yet another now dominating double kill. The tier 1 still stands but getting foul.
They're just doing so well on the move. They're just ignoring Centaur completely. Like he's tanky, but he doesn't do a huge amount at this point. Okay, up to 9 towers. Yeah, this Brood's just taking over the game, especially from bot lane. You know, in theory, the mag should have a real time against the Brood, but he just creep skip anyway. Really good connection from the Brood. They now have the whole bottom half of the map to themselves. And again, just like last game, RNG choking them out.
Shackle on the JT. Regen picked up and it's a drive-by regen, but immediately stopped
with the spiders, but couldn't quite get there in time. Unfortunate. He's just trying to get level 6 on the
are fortified.
water.
Dire's top tower
Been
is
picked
under
up for
attack.
JT. Fly, putting pressure on Red Panda.
So I'm in the bot lane. Yeah, let's just move away.
Dire's top tower
I've just got one thing for that.
Oh, there's a cat on the gyro.
Call down being used, JT. He tries to move up on God King again. They've got the Blink Dagger now on Magnet, but they're working with a Blink Dagger to be without the RP behind it.
Can't wait to see the first RP usage this game.
Sure, yeah, sure. Time dilation. Kaka slowed up.
I thought you might credit that, but... Kill's a kill. Oh, him.
We're back. Do they have the extra control? Say something of a verse clarity. LSA and Laguna looking over at Kaka. They have the sentry down, but he's going to walk out of it. However, Vendetta's not going to last much longer, and if they could stick with him, they know where he's going most likely, and that's what they're going to try and get a bash. Ooh, they just need the shackle. RNG heavily playing IG right now.
It's pretty sad to get run down by the support duo as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
God, he's gone for this Vanguard hood on the
Radiant
center,
structures
and
are fortified.
we saw this yesterday. It felt so good because you could just he was just forcing down taps. Right, the Centaur's kind of just existing, and their map's getting taken over, and they have no playmaking potential because the Centaur doesn't have blink.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's pretty rough. He's relatively fast and he's doing okay, but his team are like suffering because of it. Like this Magnus has so little net worth to work with.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
we play end yet again. It feels like it hasn't done a huge amount this game.
Yeah. Hasn't exactly been a game changer.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Good break.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have Chrono coming on bottom, but
he's really close to his axe on the gyro, 100 gold away. I find it really interesting that God King, he doesn't like this stats build, right? We see a lot of European A players that go 0-1-4 stats, but he still likes to 1-1-4 and then go back for Rocket Barrage.
I don't think we've seen a stat gyro yet in this tournament so far.
We have not. That's correct.
Granted, only at the end of day 2, but up to this point. Oh, time dilation.
Bottom tower
Do they
is
throw the
under
Chrono?
attack.
No, Blink Hoof Stomp instead. And Red Panda's getting the time walk. Now the RP lands on 2. They're going to able to follow it up. The kill off Red Panda and Felix. So this support duo can get away with that kind of aggression again. And they're going to lose D-Stones. So JT and the rest of IG finally punish the aggression of RNG.
Yeah, really well played. They make sure they bring the numbers this time. So when they get the RP, they have lots of follow-ups to go along with. If it's like a 3 versus 3 there, then probably doesn't mean as much. But God King didn't really want to fight quite yet.
And Kimo just getting taken out here by Flyby. Fly has this Orchid already finished, going at Yags next. They've got the shackle to get the kill onto Ollie. That's a Flyby double kill that comes through for them.
Oh my god, though.
Basically.
That was pretty
Radiant's
bad.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's such an early range as well, but with the leap and the gyro for the brood spiders tank as well, it's so easy. Dies really quickly.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Yeah, again, we've got asked this question before, how much value can they get out of the first Aegis? You know, if we look at the map, there's no tier 1 standing at the moment.
Right.
So, you know, there's no like immediate objective that you can look towards and be like, yeah, this is what they're going to do next. You'd argue probably the bot tier 2, but...
Chasing Firefly. Oh, just caught him on the edge. Not sure he was going to land that, but they've got the LSA to follow it up. He stuns for a moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Stunned, and they'll still get the kill on a Firefly.
Oh, the Purge, the Windrunner.
Oh, looking over, Windrunner in some trouble. Melt Strike. There's a single tap from Emo to get that kill.
Oh, the spiders were just caught not having webs. But without the Stampede,
yeah, in a lot of trouble. Time dilation with the dust. Look at the damage coming in. Emo dead again. That is the 4th time this TA has died.
Steven was right. Emo is going to be angry, but probably for the right reasons this game. It's not been a fantastic show from IG so far in game 3.
No, not yet. Wondering if there's still anything yet to come.
Oh, both teams get a ball whip at the same time. Nice.
And this Ag's ready on Gawking. He's got the Asha going and finishing that SNY next. While Luna's going to have a BKB ready to go. Ooh. Finally spotted. He's got the insatiable hunger. There's the RP, and he's going to end up dead. So they finally get a kill here on Firefly. That's the second time spree going away at Firefly.
Yeah, that's a really nice RP. He gets him up to Grand for his other team awaiting as well. His other teammates, I should say, not his other team.
He's playing for both teams.
Yeah.
Agent Firefly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Trying to take the bottom tier 2, but they use that cliff. Eventually, though, it is bound to fall.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
That's so for the BKB Lina.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I mean, the Lena's a little bit far behind where you would expect the Lena to be, but I mean, because the Brood and the Gyro are taking up so much of the map, and there was a lot of rotations happening towards mid early on, she's probably, you know, been involved with the fights more than the other cores, you would say.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In terms of like the big engagements, at
Dire's
least.
top tower is under
I see
attack.
Kaka.
Radiant are scanning.
And that sentry down. He was actually on the edge of it, and he went through the sentry again. He may not expect the sentry to be exactly there, but they get the dust homing missile coming through Impale. Don't land the LSA, but eventually this homing missile will come in and hit Orchid, and we're gonna be killed. So D-Stones gets another kill on Kaka.
Very nice.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, it's been putting like 3 heroes away right towards the top and right of the map, though. It's not like the end of the world.
No.
It's not an awful death.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
So he's going Yasha straight to top of the Pharaoh. Okay, oh, actually, he has SMY on the
middle
Pharaoh,
tower
maybe.
is under
Okay.
attack.
Yeah. Just trying to take the tower now for the heaven towered on the Brood.
Dire's
And it's like,
middle tower
how much
is
like
under
value can
attack.
they out of it? Just they managed to take
Radiant's
2 tier
middle
2
tower
towers, which is
is
pretty
under
good.
Yeah.
IG playing the other half of the map and just cutting
Radiant's
waves and
middle
like
tower
moving jungle
has
and things, so then falling behind too much. Considering how much IG are taking over the map. Sorry, RNG are taking over the map.
Don't burn your fingers.
you remember before I said when they haven't been going Ags first Nicks?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Oh, Chrono.
RP onto the Void, and Red Panda will go down.
Is that worth it though? I don't think they're going to get the tap for it either, and now there's no RP. I guess it's a slow game, but... So any kills a kill.
Yeah, kills, kills, kill. You were saying it last game. I think the game before that.
Am I just repeating myself? Is that what you're saying? I'm boring.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No comment. No comment.
Damn. I need some fresh ideas.
Just gotta like quote movies every now and then that nobody knows. Oz coming out as JT disconnects.
I was going to throw you under the bus there, but I'll be nice instead.
Now go for it. We got a pause. You can do it.
I'm just gonna. I'll be like, oh yeah, I need some fresh ideas. Every time Tinker gets picked, I should mention that time that Tinker was played.
Let me tell you one thing. Tinker has been once picked. Once picked. And yes, does that technically count as every time?
Guys, I really want to this game. Do you remember that one game that they got picked for? And it was really good.
I'm not even doing draft analysis. What are you talking about?
Money to burn.
Your cat is so close to this. I mean, he's not really close, but oh dear. He's dusted. He would have been closer to the ass, but
is he done and dusted?
Is under attack.
Oh! He's not dead. He is close to the X. You never had faith in him surviving.
no, I didn't. And I slowly coming back into this game. I think, especially considering RNG got the Aegis, they've actually gained net worth since they did it. So
yeah,
they've done a really good job of just keeping this top lane shoved in all the time. I've just been playing bottom really, been annoying as possible. So fair play to them. Doing a good job.
And that elusive play reminds me of that time where OP played Tinker and it was DAC. And DAC 2017.
I like the China references.
Remember the Yang cruise ship tournament that happened?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Was that that one like you don't remember, or that one like you do remember? The one that was like pre-recorded or something like that, and they played the games after they got played on the ship. Because the internet was not as good as they thought it would be.
Yeah, there was supposed to be such a big thing with like cruise ship.
Power shot comes in and hits Ollie. Red Panda chasing, but not really going for anything.
Oh, good TP.
Emo's going KB. And it's picked it up.
It's a good BKB game. Just against the Lena. It's pretty hard. Orchid against the Wind Ranger chakras and everything. But it's not a free BKB game, right? Shit, sometimes it is. They're just going to sit here under their own ward. Emo always got caught between a creep and the sensitive.
Heal us.
Ollie just to tank the gank and soak some damage. Being ready to do this game as well.
I don't know if you tank it again. They're going to go for a block by the Zero BKB, take the damage down on a God King. They'll use the stampede. Can they keep up with this gyrocopter? They're going to gaze and focus. Right click, they've got the damage killing now Emo without the BKB. And now they'll finish off. On the flyby, and Kaka, well, it's bug on bug action. The LSA is there. You can burrow, but it's not a safe home. And
Dire's
it might be one of the best opponents I've ever seen.
Ever seen?
Like, cause he didn't capture gyro either.
Time is money.
So the gyro was just on the edge of the crowd, just flat cannoning everybody down. Watch.
Oh.
That was so good.
It looks like he's in there.
Like, that fight could have been awful. Like, that was basically like a game-losing fight, potentially. Roche is up as well. Yeah. Would have just walked into the pit and taken the second Roche. And we all know how important second Roche is, Peacock.
Second Roche is very important.
What? Spiders trying to chase the edge.
RNG in the road, and then they put the right foot in, they put the right foot out.
He's getting awkward, I'm back. Okay. You make a save, but this is what it might be, and it's now you're still into stuff.
Oh.
Good.
Fly, trying for the blink skewer combo.
It's good from IG here if they're around the top.
They don't have RP or anything, so we'll see. They'll have RP in 14 seconds.
He's got a Vanguard on the void, Jesus.
Blink, push out, screw back with the silence, show the damage, but they've got the shack on the GC with the rock crowd coming in. Away for surviving. Kaka over the side, but they've got the RP that hits the jar as well as the Lena. They got the damage. Have enough to get killed here on the D-stones. No, he's able to walk on the high ground. Kaka, finally spotted, still surviving the shockwave fly by focusing attention onto the next assassin, and they'll end up tripping 1 for 1.
Pretty good play for the dark side. RPG didn't really get anything for it on RG.
And it was on Pyro as well as Lena. I'm surprised they didn't come on him.
It's a great follow-up impact as well from Nyx. I think they started with the impact actually, but...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they have the vision control outside the Roche pit on the right side. No gem on Brood. I think he has...
Yes.
Okay. So I say they have vision control. Anymore.
If they could do this. Sentry and Obs there. The Sentry, they're thrown into it. That's not going to end. So forward, they've got the Orchid. Now they're going to have to cover that. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to skewer away, but honest. They're killing the fly for this one. Emo is on the side by G. And AT looking like he's too.
I mean, Red Panda Void is...
No buyback.
Red Panda Void is so tanky. Like, he runs up the fight in the same way the Entral and just takes off a load of damage. They don't want to kill him, right? Because they know they can't burst him from 100 to 0. And if they do, they have to commit so much to kill him. He gains information, just drops the chrono on the stairs.
Oh boy.
Without RP, it's really difficult for them to fight.
This shark becomes very good for the Broodmother post BKBs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit for that, do you?
Radiant's
the max back up, so they might be obscure play here, but it's not easy.
Ollie, oh my god, skewer play comes through on the gyro. They've got Emo right next to him, and there's that AO. They've also got to stay 10 to get the kill on Kaka.
Radiant's middle barracks.
He's over.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Doing a very good job here. But the Arachnids calling the RP. They've got the KB sideways jamming for the kill. The Deacons go over and gyro. He's RP. Aegis. From D-Stone. They're going to follow that up with a kill for Panda. And now God King trying to do everything to follow up and maybe something for his team. But the screw back from Flyfog. God King pulled in by the Deer Bolt. They've got the double edge. Dominic Kaka satanic, but he disarmed. Right click damage is enough to get the kill on a God King.
Yeah, really well played by IG to keep themselves in the game. Because I could have written the end of it there, but you see how strong the skewer is. I mean, the ability to get was so far out of position.
It still can't squish the Arachnid, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's very tough.
Only Bloodthorn X. Felix, tackle, not connecting to anything else.
Dire's middle tower.
Just on a Kaka. And now they're gonna get themselves the LSA as well. Hopefully they'll kill Bug.
That's a huge pick-off with the Knicks not having any buyback available. Any potential map control they could have got back actually just isn't there anymore. That's going to be a ceremonial road for the Knicks though. Like we said yesterday, it's as good as you can get on that hero.
Yeah.
Win range is hunting.
Ooh. Where's the BKB? There's a quick pause. TA and Sindar both disconnected. Well, we're through chat interaction a lot. So, we're chat interaction right now. Oh, you know what? I think I got one.
What about if it came before 30 minutes?
One for yes, two.
What's your one?
Is arachnid a bug? One for yes, two for no. I mean, it's not a based question, but yeah.
And we still have the cheese on the lid, by the way. We didn't mention that, but.
Ooh, I've got a question. When you spider, do you stun it with your left foot? One for left, two for right?
No, you let it outside.
It was for emo. We killed the background. Front line. Let's see, Tanner ready to go, and let's see if he can hold out or IG can defend.
This is really fun now. They've got all these spiders on the high ground. Well, they had all those spiders on. Yeah, okay. This is a little bit risky.
Blink with the switch. Oh, man! God King will clean him up. Without buyback, Kafka soon to follow into the grave, and they'll buy back on this Enchantress with not much more to give.
What a play by the Felix Windranger and a Chrono.
Once again, locking up the Enchantress who just fought back. Laguna Blade used, Kaka calls it, he taps out. And it's going to be an RNG victory 2-1 over IG.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed from IG. I think we were expecting a little bit more from them today, but RNG, they looked fantastic. I think this Windranger